Hey guys, GhostMaster here with another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle video, this time against xPiper from Smogon.com. Well, it was actually kind of surprising battle, to be honest. Put up quite a fight, but I must admit this team was actually kind of epic. Prepare to enjoy. Sorry about the jiggling. Now, as you can see, I lead off with my Porygon too, and he will lead off with his Gyarados. Right, so he starts off with Thunder Wave, and I go straight to the Discharge, which, because of the fact my special attack's been boosted, it goes basically just takes him out. Which is quite good for its start. So then he goes into his Gardevoir, and it turns out this one is a dual screener. He sent it out to set up the reflect and the light screen, so I switch back and go into my main trick to try and get a stun hacks on it. Which I do. So now that he's got the reflect in this, sorry about the jiggling guys, so he's pretty much got the screens up, so I go into my Caracosta to try to get a crunch off, but unfortunately he withdraws as well and goes to his Electivire, which, as you know, Caracosta will be weak against, but he goes for the Ice Punch, which I was surprised about at the time. But what he's doing is he's going to pop my air balloon, and then he goes to hit me with an Earthquake. So I just go off with a Surf just to cause some damage, to be honest. So then he pulls off the Earthquake, and takes my Caracosta down, which has the Studdy ability, so I have a funny feeling that Ice Punch is to also break my Studdy. So then I go into my Scyther, and then I go into a U-turn to predict the Ice Punch, and go back into my main trick, as you can see here. So then I predict he'll go for the Earthquake again. At this point I predict he'll go for the Earthquake, so I go back to Scyther, which he does, and so then I use U-turn again, predicting the Ice Punch, but instead of going into main trick, I go into Ninetales to take its place, to take the Ice Punch and set up Drought. So it takes the Ice Punch, well, she takes the Ice Punch with very little damage taken, and then the light screen goes, so I pull off a Flamethrower, because this Ninetales has a max special attack, max speed. And then the reflect goes down, which is brilliant, so he goes back into Gardevoir, which is paralysed still. So what I do is I use Flamethrower to cause a lot of damage, which it does. Then he pulls off another light screen, which is annoying. Then I go into the Flamethrower again and stun it. Sorry about that. He hits him with Flamethrower again, and then he gets a reflect up. Then I use Flamethrower again, because he leaves it for Death Fodder instead of withdrawn. Then he goes out into his Ninjask, which I find surprising at the time, but it turns out what he's doing is he's setting up a substitute, and because of the light screen I don't get to break it. But first I go with Hypnosis, because I thought I'd be faster, but obviously that's not the case. And he uses Baton Pass to go back to get his Gallade. So I go with the Flamethrower, thinking that he'll stick with Ninjask, which I am wrong. So then I use Flamethrower again to try and break the sub, which I eventually do, which gives him a free Sword Stance. Now this Gallade obviously is an offensive set. I try Will-O-Wisp but I miss, and then he goes in to substitute himself. So then I go with Flamethrower, try and break the sub, and I get a critical hit and the sub breaks. Then he goes for the Drain Punch, which takes down my Ninetales, which sucks. So I go into my main Electric to try and stun it, which I do, obviously. But he goes for another Drain Punch, which takes out main Electric. And then I go into my Scyther. Now I know that if I get a Sword Stance I'll be able to take him out with an Aerial Ace, so I chance the Sword Stance, and I'm not too worried about its defensives because of the fact it's holding the Evilite stone thing, which will boost its special defense and defense by 1.5. So I get the Sword Stance, survive the Night Slash, and finish him off with an Aerial Ace. Now at this point it goes back into Ninjask, and he uses Substitute again, so I basically just keep using Aerial Ace to keep breaking the subs. So I wasn't chancing him using Baton Pass again to sub whoever he brings out next, which at this point is his Metagross. Yes, so I keep using Aerial Ace to keep breaking the subs. I believe at this point I've only got 3 Pokemon left. Porygon 2, my Ninja, not my Ninja, it's my Scyther, and my Cloyster, I think. Can't remember. Yeah, so anyway, I keep using Aerial Ace to keep breaking the subs. Now at this point it does something different. It just goes straight into Baton Pass and switches to Metagross, which is a bit surprising, but even though he does that, the Aerial Ace does a lot of damage, even for a Steel type. I mean, look at that, quite a decent amount of damage even though it's not a super effect. But surprisingly he's faster than my Scyther. My Scyther is max speed. So, and this Metagross has a life orb, so I'll go into my Porygon 2 to hopefully hit him with a Discharge, maybe get him stunned. Yeah, so he uses Meteor Mash and Porygon 2 survives this hit with quite a good amount of health. But it's unfortunately paralysed. He does it again and Porygon 2 still manages to survive it, which is good. I mean, it took 2 life orbed Meteor Mashes, which is good if you ask me. He then does get the Discharge and knocks out Metagross, which is brilliant. He then sends out his Ninjask to basically finish me off. He then goes into X-Scissor and takes down my Porygon 2. And at this point I go into my Cloyster because that's all I've got left. And if it uses Substitute I'll be able to break it because I've got Skill Link and Icicle Spear and Rock Blast. So yeah, I go into Cloyster, he uses Substitute, and I basically use Icicle Spear and I eventually break the sub and then take him out, and then that's the end of the battle. So yeah, it's a pretty good battle. xPiper, you are quite an interesting opponent, or quite challenging, and I don't know if he's got a YouTube channel, but if he does I'll find out. Until then, this is GhostMaster signing out.